Tonight on Closer Look, a new beer that's being brewed in Guelph is actually giving dogs a chance to crack a cold one and have their own happy hour. GuelphToday reporter Santana Bellantoni covered this story and joins us tonight from Guelph with all of the details. Santana, where did Asa Proveau, the founder of Brewmaster's premium dog beer, come up with the idea for this? What was the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, so he's actually a brewmaster for beer at Brothers Brewing here in Guelph. So being a brewmaster for dog beer kind of felt like a no-brainer. So bone broth for dogs, it's not a new idea. Asa said it's really popular in Australia, and there's actually a company here in Halifax that does it. So it's a bit of a newer thing for Guelph. So that's where it kind of sparked that idea.
So how does a guy who doesn't even own a dog wake up one day and decide to start brewing beer for dogs?
Yeah, so it sounded like to me this new business idea was something for him that he wanted to do that was going to be a little less stressful than his day-to-day and be something fun and new to do. So he loves dogs and loves spending time with his friends' dogs. So he wanted to make a product for their dogs to enjoy in the patio while their owners enjoyed a couple pints of beer. And he actually eventually wants to adopt a dog himself.
All right. Now, this brew seems to be, as you say, part of a trend of other dog beers that seem to be popping up all over the place. What were some of the biggest challenges in creating a product like this that kind of straddles the line between a novelty item and a health product for pets?
Right. Yeah. So one of the challenges was the equipment. So for something like broth, you need to pasteurize it, and he didn't have a pasteurizer. And at the time, it wasn't as common for pasteurizers to be made specifically for beer either. But locally here, Royal City Brewing acquired a pasteurizer. So he was able to work with the staff there and use their pasteurizer to pasteurize the broth. So that was definitely a big helping hand.
All right. Now, this brew is really a bone broth that is packed with essential minerals and collagen with no alcohol, no carbonation, and no artificial additives. So what are the health benefits for dogs?
It's just as good for humans as it is for dogs, with very similar benefits. So there's collagen and amino acids in the broth, and those are good for joints, skin, digestion. And it's also, because it's liquid, it's good for hydration. So sometimes it's hard for dogs to drink enough water. So with a liquid that tastes a little bit better than water, they could use that for better hydration. Now,
we should point out, Santana, that despite it being bone broth, this one is not meant for human consumption, but what has the reaction from dogs been? Do they like it? And how is it best served?
Yeah, the reaction from dogs has been pretty good so far from what I've heard. They've been drinking it like a good cold glass of beer, lapping that up. So you can serve it cold or room temperature, and you can crack the can open, put it in a dog bowl, or you can freeze it into ice cubes, and then you can use that as an enrichment activity. So it takes a bit longer for them to consume the broth there, but in a different fun way.
Now, if you freeze it, I'm guessing they call it a popsicle.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
Now, this product, Santana, is shelf stable, requires no refrigeration. So there could be the potential for some really big partnerships with larger pet retail chains or even grocery stores. So what is Asa's long-term plan for this product? What's the eventual goal here?
He's hoping to get into pet stores across the country. Locally here, he has it at a Pet Value. So having it across the country at other pet stores would be definitely a big goal of his. He'd also like to see the product at the beer store or the LCBO here in Ontario. So while you're picking up a cold one for yourself, you can also pick up one for your dog. And then another part of the plan is he wants to sort of make a partnership with a rescue or a humane society and use it as a way for the dog beer to somehow have dogs that need homes be adopted out too. So those are the long-term goals.
All right, there's GuelphToday reporter Santana Bellantoni joining us from Guelph this evening. That's all for Closer Look this Monday. We'll be back with another episode tomorrow night at 7 for all of us at Village Media. Thanks for watching.